Hey man, Canelo Alvarez says it's a reason why he chose to fight Terence Crawford and chose not to fight David Benavidez. What could that reason be? Well, we're going to find out what that reason is. I'm going to play y'all exactly what Canelo had to say, and then we're going to talk about it. But before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. So it looks like that Canelo Alvarez has signed a 3-fight deal with His Excellency Turki Alahshiek. It's rumors that his first fight is going to be against William Skull, who is now the IBF champion. My bad. He's now the IBF champion, super middleweight IBF champion, because he gained the belt because Canelo Alvarez got stripped of the title, right? So I guess it may look like that Canelo is going to fight him to get his belt back. Anybody want to see that fight? Absolutely not. But then it's been reports that after that, he is going to fight Terence Crawford in September, and then maybe a rematch with Bud Crawford. We got to see how that first fight turned out before we even talk about a rematch. But for now, we know that he signed a 3-fight deal with Turki Alahshiek. One of those fights that won't be happening is David Benavidez. Everybody wanted to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo has continuously shut that fight down. I mean, he said, I'm not fighting Benavidez unless you pay me 150 mil to 200 mil. Now, we all know what that is. That's called pricing yourself out. Then he came back and he put even more on it. He said, you know what? You got to pay me 200 mil, not 150. I'm sticking to 200 mil. So at that point, we pretty much knew that fight wasn't going to happen. Well, the world knew it wasn't going to happen at that point. I had been saying, for a long time that he wasn't going to fight David Benavidez when we clearly seen that he didn't want to fight David Benavidez. He didn't want no parts of David Benavidez. Then Canelo Alvarez came and he started making excuses like, oh, he's going to come into the fight too big, he's going to be weighing this amount and all of that, right? So he started making excuses. David Benavidez said, hey, he could put a rehydration clause on me. I don't give a damn. I'm still going to beat his ass, right? So, Canelo just made excuse after excuse. But now he just did an interview, and this is why he says he's not willing to fight David Benavidez. Y'all listen to this. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub. And let's play this audio.
Canelo, look, something you said to me a while ago really resonated. You said basically, if somebody's going to disrespect me, I don't want to punish them in the ring and beat them up and say, hey, here's, all this money, because everyone always makes their career high payday facing you, right?
Yeah, you're right.
How much of the way David Benavidez approached you with disrespect as you saw it was a reason that you didn't want to fight him?
Yeah, it's at this point I fight with everybody, with every champion, with all the best out there, and when somebody approach you like that and call you out like that, you don't need to give them money. So, and like I say, I can do whatever I want now, and just I don't like the way he approached for taking the fight.
Do you think Terence Crawford is approaching you in the proper way?
I think he's wanted the fight and doing respectful, I want Canelo. No, nothing bad, saying bad things about me or whatever,
So, first off, like I said, hit the smash the like button. We gonna cook on this. Now, first off, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I can't stand that dude, Mike Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was just completely sucking Canelo off. First of all, you start off the question by giving Canelo an excuse. Right? He gave him an excuse, right? And then Canelo, he just elaborates on the excuse that Mike Carpenter gives him while he's sucking him off. First off, and this is crazy how weak this generation of fighters is. And yeah, we do got to give Canelo credit because he didn't fall some names. He got a hell of a resume. So let's not get it twisted. He got a hell of a resume. But that's the weakest excuse I've ever heard. And he ain't the first fighter that's used this. I ain't even gonna name the other fighter that's used things like this, but that's a weak ass excuse. Boxing is a gladiator sport. Yeah, it's a business, but it's a gladiator sport. What it looked like saying, oh man, you was too mean to me and he was nicer, so I'm gonna give him the fight. Nah, that's bull-ish. You know the reason why you don't want to fight David Benavidez, and now you're choosing Terence Crawford because you didn't even want to fight him at first. But see, the thing is David Benavidez is too big of a risk, and he's Mexican. So if he beat your ass, what's going to happen? You're going to lose that crown. All the Mexican fan base is going to go to David Benavidez, right? Just like they went to your side when you whooped Chavez Jr. Because Canelo wasn't always loved. The Mexican fans were saying he wasn't even Mexican. They was calling him Irish and shit before. Until he started beating other big name Mexican fighters, and then, they all jumped on this bandwagon. Yet let's just keep it a buck. And we know that he doesn't want to give that crown up to David Benavidez, right? He is the face of boxing. He's also the face of Mexican boxing. You know what I'm saying? He got the crown. David Benavidez beat his ass, and he'll no longer have that crown. He's not ready to step off that throne. And he know that David Benavidez is too big of a risk, and he don't want to take no risk like that. When it comes to Terence Crawford, of course, he's less of a risk than David Benavidez, and that's not taking nothing away from Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It ain't taking nothing away from Crawford. But, you got a guy that's essentially moving up 3 weight divisions, and you got all of the advantages when it comes to weight, and then you got a man that's moving up and facing you in his first fight in the division. He don't even get to fill out the division. So of course, right, you're gonna take that. And I think another main reason is because Canelo Alvarez was running out of cherry picks. He was running out of cherry picks. Look who he's been fighting his last four fights. He's running out of cherry picks. So it's kind of like after this William Skull, damn, who else I'm gonna fight? So yeah, if I'm gonna get paid a huge bag to fight Terence Crawford, that's moving up 3 weight divisions, that's never fought in my division before, okay, yeah, I'll take it. I done ran out of cherry picks. So that's the real reason. Those are the real reasons. Has nothing to do with, oh man, he was too mean. He was meaner than Terence Crawford. Because let's keep it real. David Benavidez was your mandatory challenger for like 3 years. He was always respectful for a long, long time trying to get the fight. And after, 2.5, 3 years of chasing you and not getting the fight, of course, he gonna call you a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's gonna say that you ducking him. You feel me? Like, come on, man. What type of soft ass shit is, oh, well, I don't want to give him a payday because he was disrespectful. He was talking to me mean. Nah, bro, that's an excuse. Imagine Julio Cesar Chavez saying, you know what? I'm not going to fight Oscar De La Hoya because he was talking mean about me. Like, come on, bro. Like, and the crazy thing about it is you'll get fans today that'll regurgitate shit like this. Back in the day, man, fans would have turned on a fighter quick as hell if they said some hoe ass shit like that. But fans of a fighter nowadays, man, y'all will just roll with anything a fighter say if y'all like that fighter. And it's just, it's sickening. It's sickening because it's raising a bunch of punks. So Canelo Alvarez, bro, just keep it a buck and tell the real reason, because he's too much of a threat. You already said One of the reasons was, oh man, he's gonna be too big on fight night. We know that you're afraid. Let's keep it a buck, man. You went up to 175 and fought Kovalev and you fought Bivol. And you didn't complain about neither one of them being too big. You don't want another loss on your record. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about just the complete BS Canelo had to say. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.